What's up, YouTube? This is Dommy Woods 12 back again with the second video of my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review for season 1. And I'm gonna get to my character background now. I'm gonna start off by naming the 5 Rangers. We know we got Jason, Zach, Billy, Kimberly, and Trini, and later on Tommy. And I'm gonna start off with Jason. Jason's the leader. He's actually the leader and the best, besides Tommy, the best Ranger on the team. And he's everything a Red Ranger should be. He's everything a leader ought to be. He really takes command of that team, and he does everything for the good of his team, or does everything for the sake of his team. He actually would be willing to sacrifice his life for his team and for his friends, which is good, which is what all Red Rangers ought to be. Not saying all Red Rangers aren't, but every Red Ranger ought to be like that. I think there have been some that aren't. I'm not gonna name a few. I'm not gonna name any during this video, but I probably eventually will. But then we got Zach. Zach's the comic relief of the show. And Zach's he's cool. He's the second in command to Jason. He's the Black Ranger, and he's the he was the Black Ranger more way, like I said earlier, in more ways than one. Jason to Zach. Zach's the like I said, the comic relief for the show. He's a good fighter, even though I don't think Walter Emmanuel Jones knew martial arts, but he was very athletic. He was an athlete. He was very athletic, so that helped him like grasp the martial arts, and I think he kind of caught on. Cause I kind of think he did some of his more fight scenes. I'm not gonna lie, for me it looked like all the Rangers did their more fight scenes. Cause most of the more fight scenes, some of it was Sentai footage. And well, actually most of it I think was Sentai footage from Zoo Ranger. I think that's how I say it. Zoo Ranger is one of those. And for those people that don't know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in general comes from some Japanese shows that's been coming on for years called Super Sentai. And I think I'm starting doing some Sentai reviews too. But I'm getting off subject. Back to the character reviews. I think I like Zach. Zach's cool. Good second in command. Good strong second in command. Funny guy. Then we got Billy. He's the, I don't want to say geek. He kind of, because even though he does kind of start off as a nerd, Billy, he kind of comes to his own in the second season. Towards the end of during the second season, and throughout the third season, he comes into his own as a fighter and as a ranger. But he actually to me, Billy has and during Mighty Morphin, he has kind of some of the most character development, because he starts off as a geek and then he becomes a badass fighter. And he's played by David Yost, who's a great actor. He's a pretty good actor. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to say this, but I think he's ashamed of Power Rangers now. But I don't know. But he might not be ashamed, because I actually seen him and Jason David Frank at some convention. Like I think it was either last year or some beginning the first part of this year. They were at some kind of convention. Him and Jason David Frank, David Yost and Jason David Frank were at this convention. So I think he's acknowledging Power Rangers now, but I don't think he used to. But and we all know David Yost, he left the show during Zeo because he was called too many homophobic slurs. I'm not gonna say the word because I'm not like that. And it's wrong for anybody to say that word. Well, he was called. This was wrong. I mean, people teased him about it. I mean, it's his life. I mean, leave him alone. It's his life. If he wants to be a homosexual, I'm gonna let him be. It's his life. I mean, it's his life. Stay out of it. But I'm getting off on a rant. Of some people, because I myself, I have a cousin that actually is like that. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm not gonna put this. I'm gonna stop talking about this. I'm not gonna put my cousin's business out like that. But because I love him, I love my cousin and everything. But back to David Yost and the character Billy. He was cool. He was a good actor, great character. I mean, I think he should be David Yost should be in more stuff as an actor. I think he's doing some behind the scenes stuff, so it's good that he's doing some actually still in the business, being successful in the business. Then we got Trini. played by the late Twee Train. I think that's how you say her name. I don't want to disrespect her and say her name wrong, so I'm gonna stop trying to say her name. But the late great, I mean, she was tragically taken from us, and but this is sad. But Trini was a great character, even though she wasn't originally cast as Trini. I cannot think of the girl who was originally cast as Trini, but I'm glad she went on to play the role that. I mean, it's tragic that she's not here with us, but I do believe she's in heaven now. But I know most Power Rangers fans, she will be missed. She is missed. But Trini, she was a good character. But I'm not gonna lie, she kind of was. Trini really didn't get many storylines, which like I wish she would have. She didn't get many storylines, but the storylines she did great at them, and she was a good fighter. I knew she did. I think I'm pretty much. I can just pretty much tell you. I think she did all her fight scenes, more fight scenes, because I think she did know martial arts. But that's Trini, and then we got Kimberly, I'm not gonna say preppy, the popular girl of school. The popular girl of school, the girl I think all the guys wanted to get with. I know I did as a kid. She actually, I don't want to say this, I'm going to. Kimberly, played by Amy Jo Johnson, she kind of got me attracted to the girls. I'm not going to lie, when I seen she used to wear those short shorts, I mean, I was like, I actually kind of liked it. I like this. And I was like, I don't know how old I was when I watched Mighty Boy. I think I was like 2 or 3, but I was like, I like her, and this is true story too. I was like, I like her, but that's how I was like. That's how I was back then. I was like, this girl's pretty, but enough about me getting introduced to girls. But yeah, Kimberly, because I'm not trying to sound like a pedophile. Kimberly, she had a big character development. I mean, she was a pretty good fighter in a way, but when Tommy came, she kind of became helpless in a way. She always had to call upon Tommy, but she was cool. She's a cool character. I liked her. I mean, she was pretty strong-willed. I mean, didn't take no crap from anybody, like most Power Rangers should be. And she was cool. And then we got my man Tommy, played by Jason David Frank. Tommy, like I said, my favorite Power Ranger video, Tommy was great. He was badass. I mean, I actually liked him better evil. I liked Tommy a lot better evil. When he was an evil Green Ranger, I liked him better like that. But it was good that he crossed over to the good side. But at first, Tommy kind of came off as a punk when he first became good. When he first became good, he kind of came off as a punk. And but when he like around the second season, when he came back, became the Green Ranger again, he got a little tougher. But he always got a little shy around Kimberly because he liked her. And he kind of got a little shy around her, and she kind of liked him too. Excuse me. But yeah, Tommy, he was a badass fighter, badass character. I loved the character when they first introduced him. I mean, he was just fucking great. I love Tommy. And then we got two of the funniest people you would probably ever come across Power Rangers, in Bulk and Skull. These two kept me laughing. When they would get in, they were the main comic relief of the show. And they lasted up until, Bulk and Skull together lasted up until Power Rangers in Space, those two together. Then Bulk came with that doctor, I can't think of his name, for Lost Galaxy. And then now Bulk's back in Samurai. We seen Bulk and Skull again on screen together. And actually was the last time we seen them on screen during Forever Red. But yeah, Bulk and Skull, they were hilarious. I mean, it doesn't get any funnier than them. They were just fucking hilarious. I mean, they always get into stuff, and they always in the second season they were trying to find out who the Power Rangers are. And I'll get to that more in my season 2 review. So that's Bulk and Skull. And like I said about the villains in my previous video, the villains, they were pretty cool. I mean, Rita, she was good. I mean, Goldar, he was kind of badass as a leader. He didn't take no shit. I mean, he every time the Rangers battled Goldar, they always got their ass kicked just about. And but they prevailed sometimes, sometimes around Goldar. They kind of beat him a couple of times, but it was mainly Goldar and Jason fighting a lot. I think they had this like rivalry going on, Goldar and Jason. But yeah, and if any scene where Goldar is fighting Jason, Jason's fighting Goldar, I like it. And but yeah, then they had some great Megazord battles. The Megazord battles were fucking epic. And then we got Alpha and Zordon. Zordon's like their leader. He's the source of their powers. And Alpha's actually when I was a kid, I thought Alpha was a girl, but then I found out it was a guy. But cause I actually think it's a girl's voice doing the voice of Alpha, but Alpha's supposed to be a guy, but a god robot. But Alpha was, I like Alpha, and that's actually it for my character background. I'm like, am I forgetting any more characters? We got Ernie, the owner of the juice bar where the Rangers hang out. He was cool. He's Sally. After the play, Ernie Sally is not here either. He's not here with us anymore either, and it's kind of sad too. But that's how life is. But he will go down in Power Rangers history. But that's it for my character background. My next video, I think my next video is going to be about the saga of Tommy losing his powers. And that's going to be my last video for my Mighty Morphin review. I'm going to wrap that up for my season 1 review. I'm going to jump into season 2. So, peace. I'm going to be back. I'm going to see y'all.